Welcome everybody to Game Tout, the show where I tell about video game topics that you want to know. And today, I am joined with my girlfriend.
It's me!
You want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am K-A-T, Cat.
And I am MBW, Michael Benjamin Wexler.
That's a lot longer.
All right. So, I meant to record this video a lot sooner, but everything was so freaking busy with work and everything that's just going on. It's just chaos. So it's bleeding into date night with Kat, and she's awesome enough to kind of co-host this with me.
Yay!
So appreciate you letting me cut into to date night.
I love it.
Good.
I'm excited.
Good. But this whole week I've been really excited to talk just in various topics about the Nintendo Switch 2. And I did the predictions video, which actually got a lot of predictions right. So I'm going to pat myself in the back.
You're like a mind reader.
I'm a
He's magical like that.
I'm Rain Man. With tears coming out of my eyes.
That's the rain.
That's the rain. But I made that video and then I did the live reaction, and I planned on doing okay, it's been a day. There's other news that comes out that Nintendo usually releases on their website and stuff like that. Let's do a full review of now that I can kind of rest a little bit and do that. But I actually don't want to do that exact topic. I mean, we might briefly talk about a couple Switch 2 things, because did you see the whole trailer, or did you?
I did not see the whole trailer. Okay. I just saw a little bit of it. I caught the tail end of his live the other day. Okay. So I got like the synopsis at the end there.
So I'll educate you and also educate a couple of people that dun. Educate some of you guys that do not know everything that had happened as far as the topic of today, which I'm going to go ahead and reveal it. And I don't mean to anger anybody when I say this.
Right.
Because everybody knows I love Nintendo very much.
Yes. I've never met a more dedicated Nintendo fan.
I mean, is it a little bit obvious that I like Nintendo?
I never would have guessed.
It's crazy, right? But yeah, is Nintendo greedy? And
fighting words.
The reason why this is a big topic is because throughout the entire Direct, they did not mention the price at all.
Did they like sell everybody on it? And then they're like, and by the way, it's gonna be this much money.
Yeah, but they didn't even do that. They didn't even say, by the way. People just like you had to like search for so this is what happened. And what's funny is, if you watch my prediction video, I actually called that they weren't going to say the price. I had a feeling, just based on how Nintendo's been doing things lately, that like I'm like I feel like they're going to say the release date, but if they say what the price is, people might hang on it, and so then nobody's going to be listening to the news. And
right.
So like I know that's exactly why they approached it this way. But what I don't like is the lack of transparency.
Oh yeah.
Of the whole thing. Like they should have bit the bullet and said the price at the very end of the Direct, or it's like you're going to find out regardless.
Exactly. It's not a secret.
Right? And so like, is Nintendo greedy? This is the reason why I have this as a topic. Is back in the day, NES, Super Nintendo, even Nintendo 64, the games were actually really expensive.
When you said back in the day, I wanted to do a transition.
Back in the day, because I'm an old fart.
Flashback.
But they were expensive, and the president of Nintendo at that time was very much a business person and was very like, how much money can we get from this? And to be fair, those cartridges that like, you know, was like this big for each of them did cost a little bit to make those things.
Yeah.
But we're in a digital age where, you know, like, you know, that's not the case anymore. But obviously it costs a lot more to make games and stuff like that. But either way, inflation and all that stuff, games were very expensive at that time. Mm-hmm. However, when that president, he no longer was president, Iwata, I don't know if you knew who he was. Okay.
Yeah, I've heard that name.
Iwata came in and he changed the entire landscape of how Nintendo ran things. He was like, we need to make sure things are affordable. When the Wii had the little strap issue where like the strap was like flying into things and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
He made Nintendo like, hey, like we'll send you new straps. We're gonna make it this. We're gonna do that. He admitted that there was an issue. Let's get it rectified. Very customer friendly. Like he was always about the consumer and doing all these you know, games and some of the presentations and stuff was always about like
well, the consumer experience too. You make them have a good consumer experience and they're going to be much more loyal to the brand.
Yeah. And especially during that time, it was like, that is what Nintendo was really good at. And then we also had the president of Nintendo of America, Reggie. And when he came, like Reggie was like, you've heard the Reginator, right? Like, oh
I have
my
not.
God, I'm gonna have to show you some videos. This guy, we had no idea who this guy was. He shows up at E3. He's at the time he's just marketing, and they were like, "You're going to present the E3." This is the E3 that Nintendo won because it was like they had tons of games. It was amazing. And the audience was like crazy.
Right.
But he came out and he was like, Nintendo is about kicking ass and
Wrestling promo at E3.
Yeah, but Nintendo at the time was so kiddish and was very cutesy. And so the fact that this guy said kicking ass and taking names and we're gonna do this and this and that, and it was just like, who is this guy? And then a year later, he becomes the president.
Oh my God.
Literally from the ground up, he just becomes president. But I've heard a lot of stories because, he's always been the same way that Iwata, and that's probably why Iwata had him be president.
Right.
Was that they were very customer, doing stuff correct, for them. They're like, hey, let's cut the price here. Nintendo at the time always did they released games, but then they always did Player's Choice. I think it was called Player's Choice. There was a couple other names where they cut the price of games, when it, as it gets older and stuff like that. And so they would always do all these things. And if they had to have something be a high price or whatever, Reggie would actually come up on the directs and streams and actually apologize.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And he would take the brunt of it. I don't know if you heard of that news story when the Wii U did horrible. Iwata, instead of firing people and because they lost so much money, he took a pay cut. He cut half of his salary. And for a CEO doing that and
that's unheard of,
right? So
in today's capitalist hellscape, that is completely unheard of.
So when Iwata passed away, I know that when he Wii was his technically his last system that he lived through, but he was in the process of releasing the Switch, right? So I feel there was a lot of leftover you know, Iwata-ness, and like also like Reggie was still there.
His values were still part of the company.
And then Reggie left.
Oh man.
And so the two people that to me encompass like about, you know, the customer and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. We don't have that anymore.
Right.
And the new president, and his name is ironically Bowser. And
they let Bowser run the company?
Yes. Right?
That's hilarious. Did he get the job just because his name is Bowser?
He had to have.
Somebody who's okay with being the villain, and he's already named after the villain, so obvious choice.
Well, they named Mario after the landlord, I want to say. So might as well have Bowser be the
Did he get his name after he became the CEO then? He just like renamed himself.
Nope.
I'm gonna be the villain of this story.
That was his real name somehow.
That's hilarious.
But anyways, so Bowser's now the CEO, right? And I forgot what his name is, the president of Nintendo of Japan, but either way, like you could definitely see the shift in the way they handle things. Mm-hmm. Like, say for example, the Joy-Cons in for the Nintendo Switch. Mm-hmm. If Iwata was still alive, he would have admitted that there was an issue with the Joy-Con. Right. He would have got that fixed and made public statement and stuff like that. Yeah. That is how he worked.
Yeah.
They still have yet to say that there's an issue with the Joy-Con. Now you can send it in, and customer service they'll be like, oh yeah, let's do that, but they'll never say that there's anything wrong with it. But it's like, it's a proven and known thing. Yes. One of my Joy-Cons does that. Like it's an issue.
We know it's a problem. It's a verifiable pattern.
And what sucks is for such an expensive, like the controllers cost like $70, right?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. What's the point of paying that much if you're gonna just have the thing break?
Yeah, and so like, it's that mentality of like, during that time, like they weren't afraid to lose money if it meant keeping the fans happy. Mm. And like, I thought that was really cool. They were in other words, they were very transparent.
Yeah.
There was this really popular phrase that Iwata used to say, or he said it once and it just took off. I forgot what the context was, but he apologized about something on one of his directs. Mm. And he said the words, "Please understand." Like it was, but it was like so sincere. Like it was like,
that is really,
it was like, this is how it has to be. Like, or I think it was like delaying a game. It probably was like delaying of Zelda. And the thing is, it's like, yes, we can make money by just releasing it.
Right. But we want it to be right.
We're going to delay it. But he's like, please understand. And then he did the bow.
Aww.
And it was just like, that was really cool. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. but then everybody on the internet was using the phrase like anytime there was a delay about anything, people were like, please understand.
Please understand.
But like, it was just those two words, just please understand. And that's
everyone knows what it means now.
Yeah. And so on this Nintendo Direct that you could kind of see on the screen right here, they have these three people that are, presenting. Let me see if I can get a clip of them really quick. So these three guys are developers, actually. Mm-hmm. So what's interesting to me, and I'm not like hating on the developers or anything like that. I thought I saw his face. Yeah, well. Oh, there they are. There they are.
Ah. Oh. There's just a flash of them, and then they're gone.
Dang, they're gone. Anyways, whatever.
They're very elusive.
So they got these developers, and they're not speakers. Like, you can tell, like, this guy's suit that this guy wears is like so baggy. It's like they're cool. Like don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on them, but like
you can tell they're not the polished type that are like.
But the fact that like
presentation based,
I feel like they threw them out here because Bowser didn't want to be at the front of the news. I don't think he's even come out to Nintendo as of the recording of this. Nintendo has yet to comment on any pricing questions. Today,
which everyone has. Like I heard that it's a rumor now, but I had heard that they were going to start making the physical copies of their games like $90 or something. So of course people have questions.
Yeah, like, and it was weird because the rumor was that Mario Kart was $80 for the digital, but the physical was $90. And people were like, why the hell would it cost $10 extra for a physical? That was the part that wasn't true. It's actually $80.
Ah.
So I
see.
So yeah, so during this whole presentation, they did not talk about any price at all. And so when people started seeing, like, people left the direct going like, okay. And then they saw that Mario Kart was $80.
$80.
Now, all the games have been like $60 in like Switch, right?
Yeah, which is already
which is expensive. But Tears of the Kingdom came out and it was $70.
Right.
And people were like, what the hell?
Oh dear.
But like, to me, I'm like, I can understand.
Right.
Because like that game actually took like 6 years of development.
The engine in that game, like the amount of work poured into it, and like it makes sense when it's a game that like that's you can tell they took their time on it.
Yeah. And I think Mario Kart World is actually going to be one of those games that probably took a lot of development. It's, this and this, that.
Yeah.
But to go an extra $10 are like already, like, we barely went to 70 like a year ago, like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And there hasn't been any other games other than that Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm like, how the hell did you have a $20 jump in this?
Yeah,
and
I don't.
Like $80. That is expensive.
In this economy?
Like,
no.
Like, I almost feel like, and because they didn't explain it, because they were not saying anything or whatever, it really does feel like they justified the $70 for the Tears of the Kingdom, and rightfully so. Again, I don't disagree with that. But I think what they did was they went to business with like a leadership and was like, well, Tears of the Kingdom sold like 20 million plus copies, so people will pay for something that they want.
Yeah. Let's see just how much people will pay for this.
Yeah, and so like truly they actually only have one launch title that they're releasing. I mean, they have this game called Welcome Tour or something like that. I don't know.
I heard about that.
Oh,
aren't they charging people for it?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring that up. Trust me, it's coming because it's gonna show it on the screen right now in a second, I think. But yeah, so that's the only game that they have, and they spaced the games out so that like Donkey Kong's gonna come out later and stuff like that. So like, they're banking on people paying this. Now, I know Mario Kart is also being bundled with one of the Switches. Like, there's a Switch and then the Switch 2 and then the bundle. And the bundle's just $50 more. So if it's $50 more, why are you pricing at $80 rather than like, if you're selling it for $50 in the bundle, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I had heard someone say that they're trying to like drive people to buy the bundle, but at that point I'm just like,
well, people were gonna buy Mario Kart anyways.
They're gonna buy it Anyways.
That's what I was saying. There's only one launch title.
Yeah. And they, like...
Mario Kart.
Exactly. And plus, isn't this, like, the first Mario Kart game in, like, 8 years? Like...
I think, no, even
been,
more.
Like, 11, actually?
So Super Mario, or Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U.
Yeah, I think I'm getting my numbers switched. I think it's been 11 years.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
So...
Don't quote me. I am not a Nintendo professor like this one.
So here's the game that we're talking about right here. So it's literally a tech demo. You play, like, you're basically going on the Switch 2 and looking at the controllers and stuff like that. They give you like information on, like, how the controllers work. They're like, hey, this is magnets. This is how it clips on and stuff like that. And then, like, it's like, hey, this does motion control, so you could do things like this. And, like, so you see you're on the controller. So, like, it's showing you around, like, oh, look, it has basic HD things. Oh, look, it has a microphone. This and that. And the fact that they said available the same day as Switch 2 as a paid digital game only.
They're making people pay for the tutorial?
So, yeah. So I wanted to call that one out specifically because they had to go out of their way to say it's a paid game because they knew everybody was going to think that it was free, right? Because they didn't say that to any other games. They didn't say, right, oh, by the way, Mario Kart is a paid game. Like, they're not going to say that. Like they know, they know as a company that, like, this should be free.
Yeah, it's a tutorial. Like, literally, even, like, paid games that are, like, the mobile games where you have, like, in-app purchases and all that stuff, the tutorial is always the free part. That's, like, what they do to get you kind of hooked into it. Like...
Yeah, like, bite the bullet. Oh, that's what it was. So Reggie, at the time, for Wii, he fought and won the argument that they should release it with the Wii Sports, because he was like it should come in packed in, because this is how you play the Wii and stuff like that. And I think he was also afraid that like people were gonna just buy Zelda, because Zelda was coming out at the same time too. So,
right.
So it was like, pack it in. It shows what the Wiimote does and this and this and that. And like we're gonna, like, you're gonna lose money on it a little bit, but like but look what happened. The Wii became like the biggest console that Nintendo has seen.
Yeah.
But it was just like, because you were doing the fans a service, right?
Exactly. And that's how you get people hooked. Like, you have to give something away a little bit to get people invested, to then have them actually want to pay something.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm pretty sad. I actually took a screenshot right before we started this. I'm just going to look at the prices of these things. So the Switch 2 base model is $450. With Mario Kart is $500. If you want to play Breath of the Wild, the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, so if you're just buying that, again, a Wii U game that came out for the Switch, that came out for the Switch 2, it's going to cross 3 lines of generations. $70.
What? Okay, wait a minute. It's been how many years since that game originally came out?
Tears of the Kingdom, $80. Like
what?
Whoa.
Why? Like, I would understand if it was just like the brand new releases. But these are games that have been out for a while. Like, are they making massive changes or anything? Or is it just this edition that you can play on this console? So
what Zelda, or the way that they're doing those Switch titles is if you don't own the game, you can buy it physically or digitally for this much, like $70-$80. If you have the game already, they said that you can buy an upgrade pack. They have yet to say what the price is. However,
If you own it already?
However, they did say, this is the one good thing that Nintendo said of the whole entire price. They didn't say it in the direct because they didn't want to bring up prices at all.
Oh my god.
But there's a separate Zelda trailer to show more of the features that they didn't show in the direct. And they actually said if you have a Nintendo Switch Online membership, you get the upgrades for free.
Okay. That's good.
So I was like, okay, that's cool. Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, I'll upgrade you. That's pretty cool. Like, I'll play with a little bit better graphics and load times. That's cool.
That's good at least.
But and I'm like, that's cool. And they have a lot of other games that is leaking through, and not leaking through. Like, they're slowly releasing information, just saying, hey, if you play Mario Odyssey, it's gonna have a little bit better graphics, and that's for free and stuff like that. But the other games like Kirby's Forgotten Land, it does have like a little bit of DLC in it, so there's more. There's actually a new story and stuff like that in that. Like this right here on the screen, it's showing Super Mario Tambourine, but there's also Jamboree TV, and they have like voice chat features and stuff like that. But $80 like for Mario Party. Like, if you want to buy that. But again, you can get the upgrade, but they haven't revealed how much the upgrade is, which I'm thinking, just based on that, it's probably going to be like $30.
Yeah.
And yeah, what's interesting is Donkey Kong Bonanza is $70. So you have Mario Kart at 80, the Donkey Kong Bonanza at 70. Like it's not consistent. That
doesn't make sense.
And I don't know, like, again, people are saying that this is a reliable source. I can't tell you if this is reliable or not because Nintendo still really hasn't given us information.
Yeah.
So I'm taking this with a grain of salt. I don't know.
I'm looking at the video here because it's got on the screen here the updated Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom stuff. And I'm just like, I don't feel, it's not like it's like completely remastered or something. Yes, the graphics are better a little bit,
it plays,
but not like
it plays a little bit like smoother, like grass looks a little bit like textured a little bit better and stuff like that. Load times are better. It was showing like this like phone feature, but like you can do that with the other ones too. Apparently, you download an app and it tells you where the Korok seeds are.
Oh,
like cool, bro.
Yeah.
I think but that's all it showed in this trailer.
Right.
That other deeper trailer actually had more information where it was just like, if I can, from my app, I can send you some of my items. I can be like, hey, you want these items? And then you can like, on your side, you just like put it and then and all of a sudden you'll have my weapons. Like you can
That's
and you
pretty cool, though.
Send things back and forth and like Tears of the Kingdom, you build things. I know you haven't played the game yet, but like you build like these like mechanisms. You can now save them on your app and you can like send them to people so people can like just
that's
download
cool.
it. So I'm like, cool. That's cool.
I like that.
I don't know why they chose to do a phone thing though. Like,
yeah, why isn't that like built into the Switch? That's kind of.
It was literally like they probably like the manager came in and was like, we need you guys to come up with ideas to sell to have people download our smart app.
They're like, kids are on their phones these days. We need to like group the phones in with this.
So dumb. And then like, look at this Pokemon. It's like, oh, it has a Switch edition. Still looks like shit. Okay, anyway, sorry. Pokemon is so lazy. Or, it's so bad.
Like, we know people are gonna buy it. It's fine.
Yep. See, again, right here, it says, it's like, purchase the upgrade pack. I'm like, cool, how much is it? No?
You're not allowed to know that yet.
Okay.
Get excited first.
Yeah,
then
look
we'll
at his suit. Look at the suit.
He's wearing pajamas. He looks kind of cozy.
Now again, these guys are super cool. I'm not hating on them.
No, it's not hate. It's just cute.
But I'm like, guys, PR team, like, you guys didn't like
I've never seen a suit look so cozy.
like, they didn't even like help him like buy a suit. Like, like, guys, you guys did him dirty, man.
He's the only one of them that's comfortable right now.
Honestly, that's true.
That suit looks like it's cut like a Hawaiian shirt. Like,
Yeah.
very like breezy.
So, last thing or the reason why I wanted to, like, I changed the subject of today's video and stuff is because, like, obviously everybody's talking about the prices.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
So, but Nintendo did a treehouse event, and I don't know if you know the treehouse. It's basically it's their in-house marketing where they, like, it's like, they're basically like YouTube streamers, but they work for Nintendo. And they're like, oh, we're gonna show you the game. Oh my god, we're playing this and this that. And so they're showing all these games. They are playing through Donkey Kong Bonanza. They're playing through Mario Kart. They're playing all the games that are coming out, right? And in the comment section, everybody was ruthless. Like, they were just like drop the price, hashtag drop the price. I'm not buying this. Like, boycott Nintendo.
Oh,
It was like, and then I was looking at like the likes, because it doesn't show the dislikes.
Right.
But I was looking at the likes and I was like, oh, this is low. I was like, oh no. And so there is a swing, like, I'm like, you know, there's this funny joke that there's a premonition of like Nintendo always has a system that fails and a system that's successful. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the you know, Super Nintendo successful, Virtual Boy fail, Nintendo 64 successful, GameCube fail,
They just alternate.
Wii U fail, Switch success. Switch 2 fail. Like, that's so everybody is like, oh no, it's gonna fail.
Oh no.
And like seeing this, like how everybody's reacting and like saying like I'm not gonna buy this. I'm like, oh, what if they actually like get people like upset? Like,
Oh man.
like
I just feel like they didn't read the room when it comes to the price. Because,
Yeah.
like, I mean, people are concerned about prices of stuff right now.
Yeah.
Like everything is way more expensive right now than normal. So
Yeah.
how are people supposed to be affording this?
Right, but the thing is, and just to kind of bring up that topic, you know, we know all the you know, the world stuff, you know, the stock market's all dying, like the tariffs that just went in the day
Right.
of this, you know, all this stuff, and like,
Yeah.
there was actually news that came out that said in the direct of Japan, or was it the website? Because I think they didn't do the price there either, but they announced on their site that they're releasing a region locked, because they've had the Switch not region locked. Mm-hmm. But Switch 2, they're going to release a version that's region locked for Japan only. And it's
Really?
and it's going to, and I believe in yen, the conversion was like $370 or something like that. So people were like, wait, they're getting it for $370 and we're getting it for $450. But you can also buy an unregion locked one
Yeah.
from Japan, but it also comes out to $450
Right.
when you do the exchange. And
Right.
and so everybody is kind of assuming they're like, you know, with the tariffs and stuff like that, they might be trying to counter it, like,
Yeah.
because, you know, let's say for example they would have to spend like 20% more or whatever from like, you know, like the from like China and stuff to, all that stuff. So, so it actually could be something like that.
Right.
We don't we don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the problem is that like, and this is why I wanted to talk about this topic was that like Nintendo had always been transparent.
Yeah.
So
it's the fact that we don't know that's the problem.
Yeah. And so they could give such a good if it was Iwata and he came out and was like, this is the reason, this and this, that, please understand. I'd probably be like, I understand.
Yeah, he'd be like, I understand.
I got you, bro.
I understand. He said, please understand.
He said the line, guys, like, Reggie has a tear in his eye.
Reggie fought his way to the top.
Yeah. But like, again, just to kind of like close it out, like right now, because of how the Switch was, Switch never lowered their price. They didn't do a player select, like they didn't lower the game prices of anything. Like Breath of the Wild, basically, I think it was like probably a $10 less. But again, they used to release games or like re-release them in lower prices. They stopped doing all of that. Like, so this new Nintendo that, again, because Iwata kind of had a hand of like, how everything was going to be released with the Switch. This is the first system that's coming out that is like
100% the new guard,
the new guys, and I feel like they're not starting off great, and I feel like they're coming off super greedy, and it might bite them in the butt. Like, and let's see how they handle it. Like, they still have time to rectify this, whether it be lower the price or just freaking explain to us, like,
give a reason
what's going on, and just again bite the bullet, go in front of the camera, and yes, we're gonna yell at you or whatever, but don't send these three guys to like be your like punching bags and stuff like that. Like, it's just like, where are you guys? Where, like, you guys are hiding.
Exactly.
Like,
why are you hiding? Why did you send this man out here in his cozy suit? Like, it's supposed to be comforting to us.
Yeah. Like, we all want those coats.
We keep talking about the coats because we're jealous. They look so cozy. I wish I was that cozy.
It's probably cheaper than Mario.
He's so cozy.
It's probably cheaper than Mario Kart World.
His entire fit cheaper than Mario Kart World.
Yeah. Your employee can't afford a suit because he had to pre-order his own system.
The other guy got double the amount of suit, and he only got the suit shirt.
So sad. So sad.
The haves and the have-nots.
Anyways, I'll go ahead and close it out. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah.
Let me know what you guys think about the price. Is it going to affect you? Are you going to buy it day one? Honestly, I probably will buy it day one.
You will.
No matter what.
You will. I know you. You're already planning. You're already planning for the...
I already did. I know. He
was literally like, we're going to Fan Fusion, the local Comic-Con in
This is before
June.
I found out about the price, by the way.
Yes. And he was like, it's supposed to release the day before Fan Fusion, and I'm going to go and get it.
And then not play
and then not be able to play it because I'm going to be at Fan Fusion, but I'm still going to make some time.
I'm going to get it.
I'm a dedicated fan.
Oh, I'm getting it. So yeah, for me, like, so the way that Nintendo will lose me, like, yes, if they keep on, doing stuff like this, like, it's not a good sign. But if they start cutting their gameplay, Nintendo's always been about their games. Mm-hmm. And so the moment that it starts shifting into there, like, they're a dead company. And the thing,
Say such things.
no, I'll say it. I'll say it. Like the tech demo that they were showing, that is not a good sign that they're having you pay for that. Like that is not good. So Nintendo, do better, or you're gonna lose us, and you'll have
You
to
lose your most dedicated fan.
right. And then all I would say is please understand.
Please understand.
All right. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, do all those things, ring the bell. What's the other things? You know, stalk me, something like that.
Yes, creep on him.
Creep on me.
Watch him in the night.
Okay, this is getting awkward. All right. Later, guys.
Bye.